Hi, and welcome to another edition of Health Department Roundtable. I'm Chris Schultz, Health Agent for the town of Abington.
And I'm Lindsay Wright, Public Health Nurse for the town of Abington.
And today we want to talk to you about rats and railroads. So we're going to start with rats, which is everybody's favorite subject. There's been an increase, not only in Abington, but in other towns on the South Shore, of rat population over the last couple of years, and we've been getting a lot of call with people complaining about rats in their yards. One of the concerns is traditional bait stations that have poison. The rats will eat that and then wander off somewhere into the environment and die, where they can be eaten by dogs or coyotes or wild birds, and then those animals are poisoned as well. So we are trying a novel approach in Abington in using Contrapest, which is a rat contraception. What this does is it's a liquid bait that the rats like, placed in these stations, which we'll get into in a moment. And what they do is the rats eat it, and both the males and females, it acts as a contraceptive that's effective for about 6 weeks. So they'll either stop reproducing or it will lower the number of pups in a litter. The thought process with that is if you can lower the population of rats to a manageable level, and you're working with that in conjunction with traditional traps, it should help to eliminate the problem. So I just wanted to show today what our bait stations look like. And what it consists of is there's 2 feeding trays, which are these. This is what we use to attract the rats initially because it smells good and tastes great. And this is the contraception. It's a white, fatty, sweet liquid that the rats really like. So we put them in, they screw into the stations, they fill up the little troughs, the rats go in, they eat it, and they stop having babies. So what we've been doing in Abington is if people call and let us know that they have a rat problem, and we will place these in their yards for about 6 months, coming out to refill the station periodically as needed. At the end of 6 months, if it's successful, residents have an option of either having us just take the bait stations back, or they can purchase the bait directly through us. We'll be doing this free for 6 months. After that, rather than buying it commercially, you can get it at a discount price through the health department, or you can deal with the Contrapest company yourself. If you happen to be going around, I think everybody's familiar with the black boxes that are the regular bait stations. If you see one of these with this sticker on the top, leave that alone. That's a contraception station, and we want to leave those out there. So hopefully that will help us reduce the rat population in Abington. And if you have any questions, if you'd like to get one, if you want more information, please feel free to give the health department a call, and we'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Or you can go to the Contrapest website, contrapest.com, and read up on it there. And that's really all I have to say about rats today. Our other subject is slightly more fun.
Well, thank you, Chris, for telling us all about rats. So, exciting news coming out of the health department. We have partnered with the MBTA and Operation Lifesaver to bring railway education to Abington. Operation Lifesaver is a nonprofit public safety education program that's been around since 1972, and it aims to bring public messaging to communities through different methods. Some of the things that you have seen already us do is we've done a program at the senior center. We have had a story time at the library. There's different events where we're going to try to get into the school and have some story times with the school-age children. There's public service announcements that have been playing on Abington Cam. A couple other things, we'll do some events where you will see myself, Chris, other members of the health department staff, as well as other Operation Lifesaver volunteers out in the community giving out information. We were around at Founders Day weekend. We had a booth set up. Oktoberfest will be around. One of the books that we read at the library, or the book we read at the library, was Tracks and Train. We got a great turnout for that. A lot of little kids came out and read, sat down and read with me, and then went home with some coloring books and souvenirs. to bring home and bring the message back to their families about track safety. Things that we want everyone to remember is that trains can't stop quickly, and they also can't steer. Another big thing that we want people to remember is that trains don't run on a set schedule. So our commuter rail line also allows for freight trains, and freight trains don't run on a set schedule. And so the tracks that we get used to having the commuter rail come at set times, at any point a freight train could come through. And so every time you are approaching the tracks, we want you to think about that there could be a train coming. And so that's what our goal in the health department is to have people be very mindful about the tracks and be very aware that the tracks are in town, and start really focusing on some educational aspects to improve track safety. The MBTA has worked with the town to improve some of the other rail safety things. They've added the grid lines that have been painted at all 7 railways grade crossings. They have increased the size of the flashing lights at the grade crossings from 8-inch regular lights to 12-inch LED lights. They have added bollards so that when people are driving down the road, it's just another visual reminder that you shouldn't turn the car down the tracks. And they're making, as best they can, they're making more improvements every day across the state to help with rail education. So please keep an eye out for more programming coming from the health department as far as rail education goes. We have bookmarks, we have coloring books, we have all of the rail education that you could dream of outside of our office. And Chris and I have learned a lot about railway safety and would love to share it with everyone in town.
So that's all we have for today's update. We're hoping to be back soon to introduce the community to our newest hire, Mr. Eddie Murphy, who refused to be with us today. So we'll focus on him on the next episode.
He says he's camera shy, but per his name, I don't think he should be.
That's right. I think he's pulling our leg. If there's any particular subjects that the health department works with on a regular basis that you have questions about or would like to see us spotlight on our roundtable, please let us know. Feel free to email us at the Abington Health Department at abingtonma.gov. Give us a call or stop by. We'd be happy to put it on our next episode, whenever that is.
Absolutely. And remember, if you see tracks, think train. And we will see you at the next installment of the Health Department Roundtable.